Excuse me, Ossifer. Excuse me, Ossifer. Ossifer. Excuse me, Ossifer.
What are you saying?
Officer.
Officer, what's up?
That gentleman called and had my service animals removed from the business.
Okay.
That's a felony.
No, it's not. On your registration? Do you have registration at the service
You're not
animals?
supposed to ask for any sort of residence. You're now committing the same felony.
Refuse service to somebody that's not purchasing anything. That's also.
Well, I was there to do business, and they refused me the right to be in the business.
You have not done business.
I'm from Boston, and the last time I was here in New York, I did come here to do business, and the guy did treat me the same way that I was treated this time. That's why I thought it was necessary to turn the camera on. Both times I've been there, yes, that guy has made sure that I don't feel my service animals. He called you, and on the film, you could see that he is telling you to come and remove my service animals from his business. He called you and described my service animal. Well, what was his reasonable explanation for?
You're walking around, you're not purchasing anything.
I'm there to do business. I'm looking
times,
for a certain artist that only Traxnyc NYC works with. Okay. I'm there doing business, sir. I'm an artist from Rhode Island. Okay. I was there trying to do business, and that guy, both times I've been there to try to do business, has extracted me from that place and told me I'm not welcome. This time I thought it was necessary to make sure the police here, Officer 99652, right? Yeah. All right. I want to make sure that you know that gentleman committed a felony, and I'm asking you to do your job because I would like to do business. I'd like to do business there.
You're not allowed to go back in there.
So I'm being exiled from that business for what reason?
You're allowed to be.
What reasonable explanation?
They don't have to.
Because I'm explaining to you, they made the call and told you to get rid of my service animals.
They did not make that call.
That's what he said on film. On film, he described my service animals and told you to come remove them. Now, what reasonable explanation did he say to get rid of my?
I wasn't even I went in there, I spoke to you were outside the store. That's why I didn't interact.
And he said I didn't spend money fast enough?
No, nothing along those
Well, okay, so why did he expect me
for
for the
multiple
business?
times. You've changed your clothes.
I've been there.
You've been there multiple times.
What do you mean? I'm from a different state. What do you expect me to? What do you expect me to dress? How am I supposed to dress when I go there?
I'm just saying, you've been in there multiple times. You've not done business.
I've been there twice. The last time I came to New York, and this time when I'm here in New York. And this time I want to do business. Last time I was just looking for the artist. This time I came with cash to do business. Right, sir. Right. And when they have no reasonable explanation and the service animals are involved, it's called discrimination. If they have no reasonable explanation, you are criminally trespassing me from public without a reasonable explanation of a crime. I'm explaining to you, they called you to have my service animals removed from a public place. That's what it says on the film. That's exactly what he said on the film. That's what he said when he called you guys. He called you to have my service animals removed from his business. Did he give you a reasonable explanation to have my service animals removed from his business?
He just mentioned you had
That's
dogs.
exactly what he said on the film.
What film?
The film of me showing him calling the police.
What film?
The film it's already set to YouTube. You can watch it live.
I'll watch it on YouTube. Okay. Have a good day, sir.
It says Traxnyc NYC ADA. Sir, I'm asking you to call your supervisor.
There's no reason to.
Yes, that man committed a felony. That man committed a felony.
No, he did not commit a felony.
And I'm asking you to call your supervisor because you're not enforcing the law. That man committed a felony discrimination. If you cannot give a reasonable explanation of why my service animals were removed from a public place, and that man is telling you that he wants them removed from his place of business without a reasonable explanation, that's called discrimination. That's the definition of the word, sir. What is the definition of discrimination? Extracting someone from a public place without a reasonable explanation is discrimination, sir.
They had a reasonable explanation because you're walking around with your dogs and not purchasing
I'm trying to purchase something, sir. He didn't give me a chance to find the artist that I'm looking for. Been in there what?
You were in there for a while. You walked around the whole place.
And I didn't find what I was looking for. I didn't find what I was looking for, and I started asking for a certain artist. And that's when he walked up and asked me to leave. I was looking for something. Okay. I'm an artist. I'm looking for a certain artist's work that only sells it to that place and doesn't put their name on it. Okay, I'm looking for a private artist that only sells to that place. I can only identify the work that I know that he made from when I was there from this place. I don't know how else to find this guy. Now, I'm doing business here. I'm here doing business. Yes, I'm here at Traxnyc NYC doing business. Now, I'm telling you, they extracted my service animals and told me I'm not welcome. They called you to remove my service animals. That's a felony. I'd like you to call your supervisor because I'm asking you to call your supervisor because
that's not how it works.
You're committing a felony now. You asked me.
I'm committing the felony.
You asked me to show you
because
proof.
you're explaining. You're
You
telling
asked
me
to
their
show
service
me. You asked me to show you proof for my service animals.
Sir,
That's
we're
a
going in
felony.
circles here.
Okay, you asked me to show you proof of my service animals. What proof did you want to see?
You're explaining they are.
What proof did you want to see?
I'm just saying there's no.
What papers?
How would somebody know they're service dogs?
Okay, again, you need to call your supervisor because you're committing a felony. You have no right to ask for papers. You have no right to ask for papers for a service animal. You're committing a felony. I'd like you to call your supervisor. Yes, sir. You're asking me for certification, papers, or a vest for my service animal. That's a felony. After the business did it, now you're doing it. I'd like you to call your supervisor. After the business did it, now you're doing it. You told me I need papers. You asked me for papers for my service animal. You committed a felony, sir. I'd like you to call your supervisor.
I don't have to call my supervisor.
Please call your supervisor. You're committing a felony, sir. Please call your supervisor. You're committing a felony, sir.
Have a good one, sir.
No, we need you to call your supervisor. We need you to call your supervisor. We need you to call your supervisor.
Who's we?
Huh?
Who's we?
Me and my service animals.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just discriminated against. That man could do 2 years and so could you.
I walked in the store,
Okay.
I walked out, you're outside
Okay.
the store, I didn't talk to you.
The criminal offense, you could do 2 years in jail for this.
I can?
Yes, sir. You're committing discrimination by refusing my service animal public access.
I didn't refuse you to go in that store.
Well, you told me I need papers. And then when I didn't have papers to provide, you told me I have no right to be in that business. When I didn't show you papers, you told me I had no right to be in that business.
No, that's not how it went.
You asked me for papers, right?
But I never said you can't.
You asked me for certification.
You're not allowed to be in that store.
Okay, you asked me for certification,
Not because of the
and then you
They said
extracted
you're
me
not
from a
committing any
place of
business in there, so now
public.
you cannot go back in that store.
I'm
You're not
asking
committing
you
business.
to call your supervisor because you committed a felony. You asked me for papers for my service animal. That's a felony, sir. Now, you had no right to ask me, and that business had no right to tell me I'm not allowed to be there because of my service animals. I need you to call your supervisor, sir. It's above your pay grade. It's okay. I understand. They didn't teach you this in school.
Gotcha. Thank you, sir.
Please, call your supervisor.
I don't have to call my supervisor.
I'm asking you to call your supervisor committing a felony, sir. Do I need to call the state police?
Well, you can call state police.
They have jurisdiction over you.
What?
They have jurisdiction over you. They have jurisdiction over you. I'm asking you to call your supervisor because you need to be corrected, sir. You committed a felony here today.
Committed a felony?
Yes, you asked me for papers for my service animal. That's a felony, sir. It's very cut and dry. You have no right to ask for papers. My service animals didn't do anything to question their ability as service animals. Call your supervisor, please. You committed a felony. You don't have no right to ask for papers. You're not supposed to exile people from public either. The very definition of discrimination is to tell somebody they're not welcome in a public place without a reasonable explanation.
He gave you an explanation saying you're not doing any business in there. You have to leave.
That's
the store.
because he was calling the police and harassing me. That's why I wasn't able to do business there.
Then he asked you to leave and you left, and that was
I
it.
asked him to call his boss, and he called you. I told him to call his boss, and he called you instead. I need you to call your supervisor.
Sir, that's not how it works.
You're committing a felony, sir. You asked for paperwork for my service animal, and then exiled me from a public place of business without a reasonable explanation. The definition of discrimination is exiling somebody from public without a reasonable explanation. And that's what he did. He didn't tell you what I did, that I did anything wrong. He didn't give you any
Walk
reason.
around the store with your dogs and not.
I'm
do
trying
any
to do business there, and he was harassing me and not allowing me to do what I came there to do, sir. I came there looking for an artist. I was not able to talk
He's
to
not
them.
really listening to me.
Talk to or listen to the artist.
Because he doesn't listen.
No, you need to
just
call
goes
your
in circles.
supervisor.
Sir, it's a private
You
business.
need to call your supervisor. You committed a felony, sir. Mr. Whiting, whatever. You need to call a supervisor. You committed a felony, sir. Discrimination is a felony. Asking somebody to leave a public place without
It's
a
not a
reasonable
public place. It's a
not-
private.
That's a public place of business.
That location.
They had
is
to
private
they
facility.
had to sign in contract to have they have management at all times that took tests from your government that says they understand these rules and they know them. Okay? We're not no. They called you to remove my service animals. You asked me for papers for my service animals. You need to call your supervisor because you committed a felony. Yes, you do, sir. You need to call your supervisor. You committed a felony.
You're gonna have a good day, sir. Okay?
No, you need to
Go
call
back
your
to business, you're gonna
supervisor.
arrest the
You need to call your supervisor, sir. Asafa. Let me get your badge number again. I
9652.
don't think I got it.
Here you go. I'll give you a card, actually.
Yes, please.
Here you go. Here you go.
Mine is 14924. Officer below. All right.
Have your badge.
I'm sure.
Yeah. See you in court, sir. You want to know my YouTube? Asafa. Would you like to see my YouTube? The long list of other officers, Asafers that have been arrested for this. Would you like to watch the YouTube, sir? Got a whole list of Asafers just like you that commit felonies. I think they have the right to do it. Asafer, that's jaywalking.
Actually, jaywalking's actually legal in New York City now. So
All right, no worries. Thanks, Asafer.
thanks, guys.
Oh, no worries. Come on, Asafer, just do the right thing and call your supervisor. Take that walk of shame, Asafer. Remember that oath you took? Stand beside me, your brother. No below me, no above me, no beside me. Right? Remember that oath, Asafer? The one where you're supposed to stand beside me? Protect my rights. Come on, Asafer, why don't you do the right thing? Is this your supervisor? You guys gonna call your supervisor?
Sir, make sure this is nice and clear. You can film me all day you want, but you just gotta make sure this is clear so people can walk.
Come on, get out of the way. Out of the street. Out of the street. Hey, I'm heading back over there to protest now, you know. I'm going to stand outside the building and make sure everybody knows that they don't allow service animals.